One is about those people who do not give you a specific investment instruction, and the money will be transferred, so there's no reply. You will do the same. The industry says that this has been in place for so many years. It's difficult for you to find out whether a specific investment instruction has been made before. It needs a lot of manpower and resources. So have you talked to the industry? They say that it's very difficult to take out the original specific investment instructions. And for opt-out, a lot of people are very concerned about that option. I'm not saying that they will sue the government, but now if 500 people are going to be affected, if you talk about 1%, it's 5,000 people. That is 5,000 people really lose money. And there will be a huge impact. The insurance association is trying to have a meeting with members. We want to make sure that we all know what's going on, because for the opt-in and opt-out consequence, people may not really know about it. Now you're saying that if there's a guaranteed fund, if you want, or for a capital preservation fund, if they transfer the money away, they may lose money. So the operators hope you can use the opt-in approach. Then, because they clearly make the choice, they voluntarily join the scheme, that it would be easier, because otherwise they think the government are forcing them to do this. I don't think it's possible for them to sue the government. The industry also thinks that the scheme members cannot sue the industry. But I'm talking about fairness. I hope you won't make a decision so soon. I want our industry members to meet electoral members first. This calls for continuous discussion. I think this is the most controversial part of this bill. Please answer my first question. Under Secretary. Chairman, of course, we have been discussing with the industry. In the consultation paper, paragraph 80, we already stated it clearly. We know that the industry would have to dig out whether scheme members have made investment instructions, and it would be very costly. When the MPF system was first launched, the computer system didn't know that in the future there will be such an arrangement. So it's not easy to find out in the computer system about whether people have made specific investment instructions. So you have to do it manually, and it's very costly. But we're talking about a transitional arrangement where we'll just do it once. The most important thing is to protect the interest of scheme members. The industry is concerned about the cost, but we think we should still use the opt-out arrangement. As for opt-in, according to Mr. Chen, yes, I agree with you. Yes, it's clear that the scheme member will make a specific instructions, and that's no argument. But now over 20% of the members don't know how to choose and do not choose. So how can you ask them to make an informed choice, reading all the information, and then choose to opt in? So we are protecting this group of people. You think that you will have a large-scale publicity campaign, you will explain to them. So if that campaign fails, then you fail. So after the publicity campaign, you allow them to choose. I understand that the government is doing it out of good intention. You want to put people in the DIS so that the fee will go down. This is something good. I think part of the money must be put in higher risk assets. Otherwise, you can't even catch up with the inflation rate.
Even though you are good-intentioned, you have to address this issue, so you have to strike a balance. I understand that your move is good-intentioned, but the outcome may not be that desirable, so you have to think about it. I think at our next meeting, we should revisit this point, and other members, of course, are free to comment on this. Yes, we get we got your question. Mr. Machine?
Question about have we spoken to the industry about to make this easier. We've had extensive negotiations with the industry about which group this should apply to, and we understand the challenges for them in identifying every bit of money about which there's been no decision made. And that was where we started. We said to the industry, go and find every bit of money in the system for which no investment instructions were given. And they basically said it's almost impossible to do for various reasons. And we accepted that, and that's why the position we have actually is a compromise. The position set out in subsection 34DF only relates to those accounts that are wholly invested in the previous default. So that already excludes some of the more difficult cases where some of the money might not be subject to investment instruction. So we hope the industry, and we thought we had a compromise with the industry, that this actually does represent a compromise position between the interests of members and recognising the administrative challenges in identifying every dollar. So our position on this would be that the current drafting is already a compromise, and indeed within the consultation there were some who suggested a much more aggressive transitional approach, that we should go back to the starting position that everyone has to re-elect and those who don't re-elect go into the DIS. We see challenges with that, but we would suggest that the current draft actually is a compromise of those various interests. It is a challenging issue, I accept.
Okay.